Hi crafters, Amy here, and today I have some simple Christmas cards to share with you. And this is a way to use up some of that pattern paper you've been hoarding. So I'm going to jump right in and show you what I'm using. I have a 12 by 12 card pack of some Christmas paper, and I was able to cut it into 6 panels that are 4 inches by 5 1/4, so a little bit smaller than A2 size. I have 6 A2 size card bases, and here's the star of the show. This is a die I just got from My Favorite Things, and I thought, wow, that would be really helpful to make some really simple cards. So they do break apart, but I opted to keep them together based on the layout that I kind of had in mind for this card. So I'm just using some low-tack tape and running it through my die cutting machine on one of these panels. Again, the panel is 4 inches by 5 1/4, so a little bit smaller than A2 size. And I'm going to pop out all the little innards and kind of set them aside. And I'm basically super simple design here, guys. I'm just going to attach it right to the card base. You could go a little extra fancy and pop it up with some dimension to really show that recessed space with the die cut words, but I just wanted to keep it simple here. So I'm using some liquid glue and just attaching that right to the card base, but I do think that would look really pretty as well if you wanted to pop it up with some dimension. I just don't personally have the patience for that right now. So I just attached it right down with some liquid glue. And then I do want to add those little elements back in, like the cute little star and the heart that are in the O's, and then the little piece on the inside of the P. So I laid down some liquid glue right where I thought those little pieces would go, and then I just kind of fit the pieces back in. I think I did get too much glue on that P on the bottom because I did struggle a little bit to take that out. So just be mindful that you don't do too much glue, otherwise it might stick to the other part and tear your cardstock a little bit. So I did struggle, but made it work. Now here I'm going with a different idea. I actually took a white piece of cardstock and I cut all that out to make a template. And because it's the same A2 size, I was able to line that template up directly with my card base. So I have another one of the blank card bases and another piece of this tape with, some random blingage stuck to it because, crafting. And then here I'm just using some liquid glue and kind of going inside where the letters are. And then I'm going to basically just puzzle piece the letters back in. Now, this first one, I went a little crazy with the glue. I definitely had too much. And I think I let it stick a little too long before I pulled the template up because it did cause me a little bit of trouble. So I got smarter as the video went on with regard to how I kind of piece these letters back in. So just don't go too crazy with the glue, or maybe just kind of lift that little top template up a little bit as you go, just to make sure it's not kind of getting stuck to the template. But I'm just working through the letters here, just kind of piecing them back in, and then that's going to basically give me the reverse of what I have on the other cards, except for these are the letters on top of the white card base. So I'm just working through, again, the P. I think that may have been an issue again. Oh, maybe not. Either way, they all kind of got stuck a little bit on this one. I had to fight to get it out of the template a little bit, but it worked out okay in the end. And like I said, I figured out a way to get around it in the cards coming up. So just kind of using that pokey part of the tool to get it off. But you can see it's kind of fighting with me here. It's not my friend at the moment. So real life crafting, right folks? I'm leaving in the mistakes so you guys can learn from my mistakes. That's what it's all about, right? Help each other out. So I did make it work. Did kind of mess up the cardstock in a couple little spaces, but I was able to get it off with glue. Now here I have another piece of paper from that paper pack, cut down again to 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm just attaching that to a card base. So I'm just kind of showing you different ways that you can use this die with the same basic simple idea. So here I'm just gluing that down, and again I'm going to use that template and line it right up with the card base. And then I'm using the cutouts of the letters from the pattern paper. So I have just kind of a lighter colored one for the background, and then I thought that would be a nice contrast to these primarily gray letters here. So I'm going at it again with this template. You'll see how I'm kind of popping it up and making sure. So I'm letting the glue kind of hold the pieces down, but I'm lifting it up as I go just to make sure it's not fusing together. And this did work out a lot better. So again, I was a little more mindful with the glue, didn't get all crazy glue happy, and then just kind of lifted it up periodically as I went, just to kind of make sure it was in the right place, but also that it wasn't, you know, sticking to the template. So pretty simple idea here. Just, oh, I donked the camera with my head right there, so sorry about the shake. So just working through the letters and making sure they're lined up. It's all about simplicity, right, with Christmas cards. I mean, usually we have to make so many of them that we kind of got to have some options that are on the relatively easy side. Now, it doesn't mean you can't, you know, do it up crazy styles on some of them, but I'm all about, you know, having a cool looking card without it taking me 3 hours to make. So I hope this gives you guys some ideas on how to use up that paper, that pattern paper, if you tend to hoard it. I know many of us do. So just almost done with this card here. Just getting in that piece. I just love these little cutouts. I think it's so cute. And if you've seen other examples used with this die set, it's just so cute, the versatility of it, because you can break those dies apart, or, you know, do it in pretty metallic cardstock. You can do all sorts of things. Here I'm showing you I got glue all over myself because Hot Mess Express. Anyway, fitting in the last letters, and as you can see, this one's going to go much easier with the lift off here. So I'm just removing that low-tack tape, pulling up my template, and there you go. Voila. So this is another fun option to kind of use, you know, coordinating pattern paper sheets that you know will work together because they're from the same paper pad. You don't have to worry about trying to coordinate them. Just find, you know, a light and a dark so you have a nice contrast. Here I'm just adding a little bit of bling. These are like pretty white iridescent sequins here, and I'm working in odd numbers. I got 3 on the top and 2 on the bottom. I kind of follow that same principle all throughout them. And if you stick around just a minute here, I'll show you all the cards that I was able to make today with this very simple, basic idea. So, be just a moment here when I get these attached. It's kind of fighting a little bit. They were sticking to my finger and, you know, not to the paper. So here's the 6 with that 1 sheet of cardstock. So you can automatically get 6 cards with just one 12 by 12 sheet right off the bat. Super simple, right? Then I have these 2 where I use the different page. So you can see that polka dot. You have the gray one and then the lighter cream one. So that would be the front and back of that same page. And then, you know, one I use the white letters from that template, and then, you know, just a plain white card with the other ones. So super simple, right? I mean, use up that pattern paper. Oh, and look at all those extra letters I got. I could make several more cards if, you know, I had the patience, which I don't. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video today. If you did, please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. I have made a ton of other super simple Christmas card ideas, so I will link some of those below if you want to check out those videos. But yeah, happy crafting, guys. Let's make some easy, fun Christmas cards. I'll catch you next time. Thanks. Bye.